So, hello everyone, my name is Sultan, and now I'd like to give a presentation on a topic of software testing and quality assurance and AI tool named Sneak Code, AI powered SAST. So, before I start, I'd like to ask you just imagine if every line of code you wrote had a certain expert reviewer looking over your shoulder, not just checking syntax but really understanding whether that innocent input field could become a hacker's gateway. So and but it's already here. So today I'll show you how Sneak Code makes this real by using AI. So um, this AI trained on 15 years of vulnerabilities to catch risks and from other tools. And all the way we have a problem of SAST. So traditional static analysis tools are like spell checkers. They match patterns but don't understand the context. And this could lead to two nightmares like missing real spreads and or flooding teams with false alerts that is not real and will not help us. Our research developers ignore up to 60% of SAST findings because of this noise. However, this could have some points to conduct. And Sneak Code builds a semantic graph of code flow, which could help and easy to work with. So let's go to technical deep. Here I have shown you architecture, AI with ML components table, and supported languages. So actually, Sneak builds a semantic graph of your code's data flow. So when you call, for example, user input to database, it doesn't just see strings, it tracks whether this path crosses authentication boundaries. And the ML models here were trained on millions of real fixes, like how proper escaping prevents of XSS. So, and here, architecture is not that hard to follow. So we have a source code with lexical analysis in which we have generation of AST, and as I mentioned, it has data flow graph with a ML engine, and it like gains some knowledge base with vulnerabilities matches, and it produce a certain scoring. And here you can find out the layers of technologies with their purpose, yeah, and supported languages. So as you can see, the main used languages for backend is here. So next, workflow demonstration. So here I'd like to show you the code ingestion first of all, and how this all Sneak is used. So everything here is written. So it has vulnerability detection, fix recommendation that could have some output, yeah, and ID integration for VS Code. And I wrote these lines of code just to show you how the workflow works. And here we can find out CI/CD pipeline setup for GitHub. So here, for example, it has job, security, runs on with Ubuntu latest, yeah, and steps for users with arguments of organization of my team, report, and Sneak token. Yeah, so this Sneak token is secretly private token. So then we have comparative analysis of benchmark and competitors. Here, coming to SQLA detection of false positives. Yeah, I mentioned about false positives, and this Sneak Code produced very good results on that. Then scan speed of just under the minute. It's the result of the millions of examples and AI trainings, yeah, and it's context aware. So real world example here is log shell detection. So Sneakcode detected these injection patterns 6 months before this, and for like your information, this is a zero-day security vulnerability. It has been given descriptor. The security vulnerability could lead to information leaks, and it was actually by the attacks. So, and by sneak code, it has detected. Also, sneak code before it was named as deep code, and we know where it has been. And then limitations and the mitigations. So now Sneak isn't just a silver bullet, it struggles with proprietary frameworks. We had to teach it about like our custom authentication system. And unlike, for example, from SonarQube, I know it needs cloud connectivity for full analysis, but their team updates models weekly, so coverage improves like constantly. Yeah, and here some limitations like bytecode analysis that doesn't support compiled binaries. However, we have a workaround with Sneak's container scanning for runtime checks. Yeah, or for example, framework specific logic may miss custom authentication flows, as I mentioned. However, we can add customs rules via Sneak policy to if we'll set up. And cloud dependency, yeah, full analysis requires internet, but on prem options we have self-hosted. Yeah, and coming to scans, we have like 100 free scans, but for unlimited we have like for pro version we have unlimited amount of scans and private repositories. And here is the reference list. And thanks a lot for your attention. I hope you will enjoy it.